This was just brought to my attention. Supposedly, Zachary K. Hubbard has some type of accident. A vehicle crashed into his home. Let's just take a look at this footage.
Welcome back, Zach here. This is what the
Well, first off, before I even play the whole entire video, just take a look at this trench. I mean, the amount of the grass that was basically destroyed. I'm not buying it. You know, this looks like a lot of effort went into digging up a trench here. Not from a vehicle. And this basic tire, this tire mark on the grass, the lawn, crashed right into the fence. Something not right about this whatsoever. Just basically, like Dave J said in his video, nothing more than a controlled demolition.
Damage looks like from the outside.
And just look how close that trench is to the fence. Not buying it. Again, the tire tracks going towards this fence. Doesn't add up, doesn't make sense.
The Christmas Eve special. First time there's ever been crime scene tape at the house, hopefully the last. Ugh. Yeah, they got it pretty good, Truth Seeker. Have to fix the window and a whole lot more. Holy smokes.
What do you see coming up right here? Take a look. There's your G. I'll get a little bit better shot of it right there. And your G, when it comes to Freemasonry, A through Z is 26. Flip it over, you get your 33. Now, if you think that's just a coincidence when it comes to the Freemason number of 33, let's continue on. I'll point something else out. Let's continue on at this point.
Yeah, they got it pretty good, Truth Seeker.
Basically, what's happening here, I think Zach is just getting his garage redone. That's what it all comes down to. So, just a nice prop. Do a little pre-demolition before the garage comes down. But one reason or another, the garage must come down for remodeling or whatever reason. And he just fits this in just for the sake of this, making this video. And it's all about gaining sympathy with his subscribers. Give them more money. And again, I'll get into that in a little bit.
Have to fix the window and a whole lot more.
Doesn't seem too upset. If this happened to me, I'd be freaking out. I wouldn't be too happy. I wouldn't be laughing whatsoever.
Holy smokes. You know?
It's a big joke.
I'm just glad I wasn't in the garage recording a video when it happened. So yeah, that's where the door used to be. That's what's left of the gate. At least they didn't drive through the rest of my fence, huh? Shed's still intact. But yeah, the garage, it seemed...
What it looks like to me is he had a bobcat come back over here, start the demolition process. But one thing I find interesting, there's no previous footage. You know, right after the fact when the supposed vehicle is here, why wasn't that recorded? Why is it being recorded after the fact? That's one thing I find pretty interesting. If Zach was home at the time, of course, he could have came out with his video camera and recorded the vehicle in the back. Where is the footage of that?
Better days. A lot better.
There's the garage. Nothing in there of value.
I don't know about these wires.
The house is secure. I'm sure there's the door that's basically leads to the house, has a lock on it. And again, there's nothing more for construction for a new garage that's going to come in. Already has stuff already packed away, ready to go.
There it is. That's the Gematria Effect Studios.
Talking about Gematria, we'll get into that again at the very, very end here.
The good news is I can still record videos on there, Truth Seeker. We'll get it fixed. Have a great Christmas. Until next time.
Now, again, talking about the number 33, like I showed with the G being 33, as you see here. It's basically everywhere in this video. Let me get to that right point. There's the one there, and there's one above as well. If I can get to that right spot, and there you go. there's your other G, perfectly positioned. I'm sure this piece of slab was pulled up so that the G would be showing perfectly for this video. And again, that 33. It just so happens Zach has this Truth Seeker Network revolution. And it's all for this launch. And look how much he's asking for in donations. Okay? Just so happens to be $33,000. That's his goal. Give me a complete break. Again, this is how I've seen this before. Where these truth channels look for sympathy. You know, there's some controversy over Richie from Boston. I have nothing bad to say about Richie. He seems like a good guy, but, you know, this whole deal with the laptop that caught on fire, I've never heard something like that. But I believe Richie's a good guy, and not quite sure what to think about that. Just very suspicious with a lot of people coming online and basically looking for sympathy, asking for money, looking for donations. Just red flags all over the place. All over YouTube, nothing but red flags. All we get are hoaxes all over the media, and all we get are hoaxes with these so-called truth speakers. Give me a break.
Here comes